Okay, here you can see that I have my old polish and glitter and all kinds of things on my nails, so I'm going to take that off. And what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use a acetone polish remover, and that's a stronger polish remover than what you can get in most stores. Every once in a while you might be able to be lucky and find it, but you're going to see me, this takes a little bit longer because when you put multiple products on your hands, you'll definitely have a little bit more effort required in order to remove them. Okay, so here you can see I've taken off all of my nail polish. It is somewhat normal to have a little bit of coloring left from your nail polish, despite the fact that I had used base coat. I did have my polish on for a couple of weeks, so there is a little bit, you can see that there's a little bit of coloring yet to the nail. But what I'm trying to get at with the gel polish today is I have natural ridges both vertically and horizontally, so you can kind of see some of those lines there, as well as this direction too. So what I'm going to do, because I need to keep my nails very short because I do massage therapy, I'm going to file and shape and clean a little bit underneath the nail. I'm going to push back the cuticle. I'll apply cuticle remover and push those back with a pusher, because you want your cuticles back a little bit further so that they don't grow out with the nail and your manicure will show a little bit of a gap between. And if you push your cuticles back like I do, just by nature of habit, which you probably should just let a professional do that for you, you're going to see a little bit of a gap, so your polish outgrowth will always show a little bit of space, and you want to avoid that. So before you have a manicure done, they should be pushing back your cuticles, whether they're doing a full manicure or not. It's just a quick push. But I'm going to do, I use OPI products, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of cuticle remover on. And having put that on, it should just kind of be massaged right around the cuticles. And once that's done, you're going to let that sit on there for a little bit, and then you're going to follow through by pushing your cuticles back with a push. Okay, so before I begin, I am going to just take a little bit of alcohol and clean up the nail plate before I put on my base coat. So I've already, at this point, I have removed my old polish, I have cut and shaped my nails, I have applied cuticle remover, pushed back my cuticles, and trimmed any of the excess cuticle tissue that was growing out on my nails. And so now, having put alcohol on my nail plates, I'm going to start by applying my base coat gel. And this is just the first coat that's going to allow for proper adhering of the actual gel polish. So this is just a very light coat, and if I have too much on my brush, I usually choose a larger nail to spread it out on. So there's no right or wrong way as far as which nail you start with. I know they teach a variety of methods, but I always go based off of the product and what I have on my product. So I'm going to follow that all the way through the end of the nail. You're not going to see this by the time I have my gel polish on. So I'm going to put this on each of the nails, and then I'm going to cure it under the UV lamp for about a minute. And this should not touch the skin. It should come just up close to the cuticle and the nail bed area. If the gel polish touches the skin at all, what will happen is that area will start to lift, and that will generally be the reason why you're going to have your nail polish chipping off and so forth with the gel polish. So I want to be very careful that I don't ever get any of these layers close to my skin or touching my skin. Okay, so now I have all of my base coat on. I'm going to put myself under the UV light. I don't know if you can see that here. Okay, so I have my base coat on, and I am going to use a very natural looking color by OPI. This product it's more expensive, it's more difficult to use, henceforth you probably will not see this used a lot in the in most common nail shops. So keep in mind as I'm using this, you do have to have a little bit of a technique when applying it, so it's not going to be really commonly used. Like I said before, it's expensive and it requires a little bit more time and application, but I found that it's a superior product and it lasts longer than most gel polishes. So it's a very natural color, and what I like about this color is it has a means of, through one basic application, it'll look so natural that you'll still be able to see the moons of your nails through the polish and a little bit of your outgrowth in your tips. So if you're just looking for something that's natural, this is maybe a good solution for you. We also do use colors, but I just wanted to explain that because you're going to see a real subtle difference in my nails, very natural looking. It's not going to be anything super drastic. I do use glitters in a variety of nail art products. However, for today's purposes, I'm just going natural. And so nothing fancy, just a really smooth application of product. So what's neat about gel is when it's applied, it has a leveling property to it, is that it may go on and it might have an appearance that's unlike polish where it's not going to be really smooth, but as the product begins to level over the top of your nail, it will balance itself out, and then you will not see any streaks in the polish at all. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to get this coat on all of my nails, and then I'm going to go back into the UV light to allow it to cure, and I'm going to allow it to cure for 3 minutes. Okay, so here I am going to show you a little technique. Anytime the gel gets close to the cuticle area, all I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little separation between the gel and the skin. And how I do that is I basically take the tip of a toothpick and I remove the gel that has come in contact with the skin. That's as simple as what you need to do. Now you can see I have all the gel on my nails, and you can just ever so slightly see the moons. So it gives my nails just a really smooth, natural looking appearance without heavy amounts of product and anything too excessive. So I don't have the most delicate looking hands to begin with, but this at least helps to hide some of the ridge factors. You can see my thumb looks really smooth. So I haven't even put it in the light yet. I am going to put it in the light for 3 minutes. This is my first and only coat that I'm going to put on of color, and from here I will seal it. Okay, so I have, this is my completed gel polish application, and the only thing I have left to do, since I just put on my, my top coat, so it gives it just a little bit of a shine, and from here all I'm going to do is put a little bit of cuticle oil on around the cuticles and massage that in along with some of my OPI lotion. So like I said, I use a lot of OPI products. They're good quality, stand the test of time. So there is my natural gel polish manicure, and